Hello again, Drag Mechanic back here for something a little bit different this time. This time, as you might have noticed from the title, I want to build a mobile fortress. I want to build something a little bit bigger than I did last time. I thought I'd change things up a bit and do this on Pertram instead. I usually mostly build on Earth, but I thought I'd change things up a bit and spawn on Pertram for a change. It's a very pretty planet. And Sod's Law, I've done about 18 hours worth of building that other stream, walked about 50 kilometers, encountered absolutely nothing along the way, and I spawn into this game and there is a beacon or station or waypoint or something right over there. So, and this bit's nice and flat, so I thought this would be the perfect place to start building something else. First things I want to do though, make sure creative and damage is off, because I don't want to break things by mistake, because I've started fresh game from scratch. I'm going to have to rebuild some of this nonsense. Sort my toolbar back out. So, what I usually have is some batteries. Usually. And then we've got wrong button. Rotors, pistons, hinges and pistons are all the important bits for building stupid mech nonsense. And we could also do oh yeah, weapons. Like weapons, no. Oh, where's it? Ah, there it is. Not that. And then cockpits. They're always important. There we go. Then, and the next boring bit, we will need blocks to play with. We have all the heavy armor variants. Hello, Tiny Cat, you back again? Come on. There you go, Madden. Make yourself comfortable. That and that. I think we have there, and then that. That one usually, although that is small grid, so we're probably not going to use a lot of that on this one. Oh, and something else we need to start all this off with some landing gear. Let's go with some big for now. I intend to build some big kind of robot. Let's go way up in the air so we've got plenty of clearance. Oh, damn. Stupid me. I know, I forgot. I forgot my mods. I got so excited starting a new game. I forgot to put the basic mods in there that I need. And I need Edge Be Gone. Edge Be Gone, and I need Build Vision. Because I can't stand the block edges before they both Build Vision. And Edge Be Gone. Sneaky sounds, where are you? I don't have those with mod tool. There we go, that'll do. All just quality of life, no actual block mods or anything like that. There we go. That's much better. Now I'll be able to do all the things I need to do. Just trying to build the mechs from the toolbar, from the control panels. Very irritating sometimes when you try to do big stuff. So, I want to do something similar to what I did last time, but I want to make it bigger. The last mech, the mobile base, kind of looks like a boat. That only had... There we go, look at that, edges are gone. Thank God for that. Right, so... The other base had 2 block wide legs. For this, I want to try something a little bit different. And the same thing with bullets you get. The batteries on there. Oh yeah, we can also do with all of our conveyor stuff, because we're going to need that eventually too. No, we'll have that, we'll have that, we'll have that, we'll have that. Storage boxes, where are they? Ah, there we go. Storage box, reactors. Stuff that needs conveying. There we go, that'll do for now. Stick a reactor on there, bung some uranium in that, so we don't have to worry about power for the immediate future. There we go. Plenty of power. Right, so, leg ideas. I want to make another spider, but I want to make it bigger. I want the legs to be bigger, and I want them to have a longer reach. And I also want them to be wider. One of the things I've started doing with rotors these days is using these on the rotor heads, because they don't clip as much as blocks, and they still have connection points on either side, so you can armour up around them. They start off as quite a decent little kind of connection point. Now, I'm thinking something potentially like this, although it might end up being completely ridiculous and over the top, but why not? So a good way to double attach hinges and rotors and things. That might give me a bit of grief actually. Yeah, I need to take that out first. Yeah, there we go, that's fine. So what way do we have that? 0 is at the top. So let's match that to make doing the maths a bit easier. That can come off. And then we can stick another one of them back on there. And the reason I wanted to make a note of which way 0 is because rotors have this little groove at the top that indicates the 0 point on the rotor head basically. And it makes doing all the maths involved with rotors much easier if you've got them facing the same way around, or at least you are aware of what way around they are facing. So we can stick a rotor head on there. You just about squeeze one in because the back of the rotor head doesn't actually clip. You just need to work out which way around the head is. There we go, we can just about see the edge of the groove there. So that's the right way around, they're both facing up. Occasionally you have to hit the attach button because it'll be a bit arsey. There we go. That is now attached. But that is obviously clanging and doing horrible things when we detach and attach that. So the trick now is finding the right point between those two. I'm not sure if I can do that with these. Because that is currently weird stuff. That said -40 for a second then. What's that doing? Ah, the rotors are being daft. That's good. Oh, I love it when this game starts doing buggy things. Right, let's set them back to 0. Attach that. What are you doing? Let's set that back to 0. Right, so... trying to do it this way might be a bit trickier than I intended. The rotors seem to be doing stupid things today. Yeah, can't seem to decide whether its minimum rotor displacement is 11 centimeters or 40. Make up your mind. Okay, are we going to have to do this a different way? Apparently so. Interesting. Definitely 2 regular rotors. Why is that one going all that way? Okay, let's try it a different way, seeing as it's deciding to be buggy and weird. Right, we could instead. Let's have a go. Take that off. Let's see how advanced rotors want to play with my current idea. See if they want to work any nicer. I want to try and give it support. These rotors so I can get a bit more torque out of it. And it works quite well in small grid because of the shape and size and displacement. In large grid, I've noticed it can be a little bit fussier. So that's too close there. Let's bring that in. And it seems like it's doing the same strange thing. Right, let's pop that right back again. Minus 20 and minus 20. Bring that back a bit further, maybe. And I want to try and get these to line up nicely before I start building, to avoid as much clang as possible. Well, I can get this to attach without shifting too much. That usually does the trick. There we go, a bit closer. It's actually going too far now. There we go. That seems to be working nicely. And attaching without pulling everything in horrible directions. Right, cool. Hopefully that'll work. So, yeah, right, building the leg itself. The idea I had, I want it to be kind of 3 wide, sort of thing. I might start the top of it like so. Something like that. Yeah, something like that either side. We're going to have a big chunky leg like that. Goes down a few more blocks. So let's say, we'll have it like that. And then we could say go another, you know, so 1, 2, 3, something like that. And then I want a connection point for the first set of hinges. So I want to build the legs similar to this bear robot, again, like I did with the mobile base. I want to build something like that. So I need a leg facing down, and with a hinge facing down. Because of the size of it, we can and will need to use 2 hinges, but hinges don't place properly in creative mode, in mirror mode. That can cause problems. So, joining hinges up. A similar process to doing the rotors, although considerably less faff. Copy that whole grid. Let it fall to the floor. Put all that out. All that out. Oh, hey, Angry Junker Possum. How you doing, man? Sup, dude? Yeah, take that off. Right, so then we can grab that from there with any luck. We can paste it onto the end of that hinge, like so. Maybe. Right, now, because of the angle of these and those hinges, we might have to swap these blocks for triangles. Because that can now lift that, but it can only go that far. And we can get quite a few more degrees of movement out of there. Swap a few bits. That. We don't have to do the back because it's not going to flex very far back in that direction. Today I am doing another mobile base like the other one that I've been working on, but I want to do something bigger, more like a mobile fortress. Right, so that leg can move that far. So we need to attach this hinge, and we can do that by just doing that. You can just stick a hinge head by itself in there. Again, go into the hinge. Occasionally you have to press detach first. For some reason, the game gets confused a bit if you delete a hinge head rather than remove it. So that can be the first section of the leg. And then we could take these off there, flip them over, make it a bit easier, and then we can do the same thing again to make the bottom end of the leg. And we will also have to do the same thing here to... oh shit, I didn't delete something by mistake then. Take these out. Improve our range of motion, because that leg's going to be flexing in this direction. Wrong button. There we go. So that's going to do something along the lines of that kind of thing. Or do we want to do it a bit differently? No, that should be alright actually. Because then these can come off the end. And then I wanted to do a similar thing that I've been doing with just the suspension blocks. I'll grab left and right wheels. Wheel could not be placed. Why not? Because of that block there. Yes, it was. Right. Yeah, so I need to think about the angles I was doing. Well, you know what? I can just be lazy and I can go and grab my other mech base, because that's got a leg set up pretty much how I like it. And we can make this process a little bit quicker and easier for ourselves if we just go and copy and paste this base into the new game. Because it's also vanilla, so it'll be really easy to do. And trying to work out all of the angles for your legs is possibly the most frustrating part of or one of the most frustrating parts of building mechs. If you've got something that already works, just copy and paste it. It makes life easier. Because this leg setup works pretty well. I just want to adapt that, so make a blueprint of the super base, and we'll paste that into the other game, and we can steal some of it. Have I seen the Buron Walker Fortress on the workshop? Is that the massive one? Because I've seen quite a few, like, mobile base fortress type things popping up on Steam and YouTube and things recently. But I have seen quite a few of them. And that's why I was kind of inspired to start building some of these stupid things myself. Because a lot of the ones I've seen look cool, but they either can't walk and have to skim across the ground, or they are, like, basically giant rovers with just massive wheels on them. And you know me, I like making things walk that shouldn't have to walk. By Microsoft Word. Is that the name of the user? Right, so I haven't got that on my toolbar, have I? Yes, I have. Sweet. Right. Let's paste a little one, because this is essentially going to be a bit smaller than what I intend to build here. Obviously, you can already see that leg is considerably larger than this thing down here. So we're going to kind of go with that kind of design. Might actually have to rebuild the end of this foot a little bit. Yeah, let's redesign the end of this foot slightly. Nope. Drone's being stupid. Why being stupid? Right. You can just go for now, you're going to die. No idea why you're doing that. Anyway, I don't need the drones to be here. I just need these blocks. So, let's copy and paste some of these settings. Make our life a bit easier. So that is incompatible settings, it's an advanced router instead. So what is it then? 20 and minus 20 and 40. Right, okay, I'll do it the hard way. Minus 20. 40. Gonna be double hinged, so I might be able to get away, or double rotated rather. 1, 2, 50 million. I'll give it a bit of force. There you go. So that'll be its outward step. Which would make that one, what was that? That was minus 20 and 40, so that one would be minus 40 and 20. Yeah, cool. Right, so then, there we go. We also need to sort that out. For now, we can take that out. Don't need the rotors fighting each other. And then yeah, those rotors work in unison. Can do the top end of that leg. So we'll have that pulled back by that one. Then we've got these two rotors, hinges here, we can steal settings from. Now, copy all of that. That might be a problem. Sort that out a bit. Copy all of that. And then once we've built one leg and set it up, because of the way I've been designed. Oh, yeah. I need two. Yeah, I need to rethink the way I'm doing this leg, actually, because of those shapes. Fun. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because that's pointing in a completely different direction. Okay, let's try quick leg redesign. Copy and paste that. Just in case we smeg this all up. Yeah. Let's put that hinge in there. Alright, I can attach to there for now. Even though I'm about to cut it all off. But I'm going to use it to redesign things. Or we could just do the leg a different way. Because how high can that go, actually? We do this differently. What does 90 degrees look like that? 90 degrees completely closes that gap and will clang like hell when doing stuff Hmm. Yeah, actually, we could just reshape the legs a little bit more. Take that out. Take that out. Stick that in. Stick that in. And get a bit more angle out of it. Same thing there and there. And then we're not going to smack into it then. Yeah, so we could potentially have it like that. That's an issue. You know what, actually, let's do the redesign. Let's try and make it the same as this, but larger scale. Right, so, okay, let's try a slightly different approach. So if we take that off, get rid of all that. What are we doing over there? We are that shape, and then we spend out a few blocks. What's that on? That is on 65, isn't it? Yeah. No, that's not quite 65. Oh, that's why. There we go. Right, so let's try that instead. And now that we have 3 blocks long. We'll do the other leg. Something like that at the end. Something like that, maybe. Or put that off. I'll make this leg a bit chunkier, I think. Oh no, actually, no, I don't want to make this one too chunky. I need to get these in a slightly different angle. Let's try one more. Do something like that, because then we need a pair of hinges facing straight out from the end of this section. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, cool. So we can delete that place that, place that. And copy some details from here. And we can also stick in the new hinge head. We can attach that back up, copy, paste. We got A, B. B. A, so yeah, 3A, 3B, 2A, 2B, then we can do that. Leg rotor FL01A for now. And leg rotor FL01B. All these down that side. Cool, so that'll be like the leg when it's retracted and folded up. What do we do with the rest of that? So we had something along the lines of, yeah, that's what we could do. Up there like that, so that needs to come down a block, or a couple of blocks. Nope. So yeah, connected there, 1, 2, 3 in the middle, similar to the one above it, something like that. Something like that on that end. And then some suspensions on the end of this foot. So what we're gonna do, that. Then that way, suspension FL01. Yeah, be that. That way we can stick the steering angle to, now it goes to 46 for some reason. Stick that to that, stick the strength on 50, stick the power on 0 because we don't need any height offset. Can go down to its absolute minimum. Speed settings can be 0, and then for these outer ones we can set steering override all the way to 100. Have it like some feet, like toes spread out a little bit. That number 2. That number 3. Have that one the other way around, and have that one centered. Like a big foot to protect it. Cool. So we can just have a look and see what that looks like. Control seats. Those rotors, we can reverse them. Yeah, and then it'll lift, and then come back down. We need to adjust some rotor speeds a little bit. What speed did we have? That is going at 12 RPM. I think that might be a little bit too quick for something this large. We'll give it a go, and we need to remember to offset these rotors in different directions. So that could be -12. That one would have to be +12 because it's the other way around. And I would also need to actually put some settings on there. So, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be alright. So, that. Reverse like so. That. You can reverse together like that. So ultimately we'll set up some controls so that the foot will lift, the leg will travel forward, the foot will drop back down, and the whole leg will pull back again. And we can set some stuff up to just make it do that on a loop. And then we can do that 4 more times. But the next step, that's going to be the rough shape and idea of the leg for this one. You can see it's already much bigger than the legs on the old base. So this one's going to be substantially larger in the end. Now that we've got a rough idea for the size of the leg and the shape of it, I need to figure out the overall scale that I need to build the rest of it. Because if I'm not careful, I can end up packing the legs in too close to each other. And not being able to do very much with them. Or I can end up making the mech too skinny, or I can end up making him too wide, so I have to do a little bit of planning, a little bit of thinking. So we'll make this into a nice little, like, leg section that we can chop off, copy and paste into other places when we need to. It's supposed to be there, over there. And now I can pretty much cut this from here, paste that onto anything I want either side really. Those rotors in the middle still annoy me a little bit, but I don't know what else I can really do about that. Yeah, so that will be the start of a leg. Need to figure out, let's get rid of that And let's get rid of that bear. Right, so that's going to be about that size. Let's... How wide is this for a start? How wide was your base? It wasn't very big, was it? It was only 5 blocks. Yeah, so let's try... Seven from one side to the other. That looks like it'll still be a bit too skinny. Might end up being a bit too top heavy. Call it 9. If I make him too wide, he will be very difficult to turn. If I make him too skinny, he will topple over very easily, and that was the problem I had with this guy to begin with, and the entire reason I ended up adding 4 extra legs. Because he got very tippy sideways when turning. You know what? I'm going to go with 9. We'll go with that. So how many blocks is that across now from there to there? That is 19 blocks. And so 1, 2, 3. Add another 13. So that would make 16, and then we'd have another 3 at the back end. Sort of thing. Maybe. Now that's going to be too square, and it's also the wrong way round. Actually, that might not be too bad. Oh, hello, human shores. Cheers, man. Wrong button. Let's take that out again. So yeah, actually, that might not be too bad. So what was that? 15. I deleted 1. 16. And it was definitely 19 across, wasn't it? Yes. Right. So, in theory, we can chop that off, chop all that nonsense off, and move that out of the way, because I still need a few things off it. Hang on, where'd the other drone go? Oh, why is the other drone flying all the way over there? Where are you going? Why have you got all the way over there? Are you pointing at planet Earth because you're confused? God. Home west. Follow home. M base. Main beacon. There you go. Do you want to make your way back over here, please? That's what you get for copying and pasting things into a new game without changing anything. So I should be able to take that off there. Take that off there. Yeah. This is why damage is turned off. Oh, hang on. Put that from there. Any luck? Oh no, it'll give me shit, won't it? Because there'll be legs in the way. Yeah. Right. I'll have to do that individually. put that off. Get rid of that. Got to do it from that block. Sweet. Right. That is 19 across. Cool. So now we've got a big sort of square kind of base for the Mac. Oh yeah, the steering angle. Yeah. Sorry, Human Shores, didn't see your message there. Yeah, you can change the steering angle on suspensions. You can just change the steering angle. It's got a max of 46, and then you use the steering override to change the actual angle. And yeah, you can use it to angle the wheels round. Obviously it takes priority over being able to manually turn the wheels left and right with your control seat commands. Much like propulsion override does. But yeah, you can use it to like build robot feet. That's what I usually do, like that. Right, so I think, yeah, I still think I'm going to have to make this thing wider. Longer, rather, because I want to get some more legs in there. I want to build something like this. And to get something like that in there, I'm probably going to have to do some weird stuff. Well, I'll just build a leg here for now. I can chop it off and figure out what I'm going to do with it in a minute. So try and do something similar to what we did before. I want to try and double rotor it to make it extra chunky again. So I want to try and do a similar thing that I've done here. I'll have another rotor underneath, providing extra support to that section of the leg. That rotor in a stupid place for a start, that doesn't help. In fact, I'll build it a little bit further out because I intend to chop this thing off. I'm going to need room to cut and paste. Have that facing out, 0 pointing that way. We could use, where are they? Some of these again. What do I do with this leg? That, and then it's got a hinge facing straight down the same direction as the rotor. Right. I want that leg to have a bit of reach on it. Yeah, okay. I might design this slightly differently. Do something along the lines of that. Have it in the block deep. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we could try something like that. Nope. Problem is, doing a giant base like this, I need to get all of the actual infrastructure parts. And there we go. I'm reconnected. Hopefully, it is broadcasting again. And not going mad. Yeah, everything seems to be in the green again. Okie doke. Hopefully that is working. Right, so I want these legs to be 3 blocks wide. Oh, in fact, let's chop that off. So I get a feeling, once I've made these legs the size I want them to be, there's not going to be enough room for them to move in here. Let's stick some mirror mode on, make it 3 blocks wide all over. Oh, hello Brad. Cheers man. Yeah, it takes just a lot of fiddling around and experimenting with the articulation on mech legs to try and figure out what works well. I've done quite a bit of experimenting over the years now, but I'm still discovering newer and better ways of doing stuff all the time. Like the way I'm doing these legs at the moment, the rotors in the shoulder rotor and the elbow hinge are kind of synced so that they move nice and steady, rather than the whole thing sort of lifting up, slamming down and pulling back. And it makes for a much smoother walk cycle. I've only recently kind of figured out how to do it. It's why I've copy and pasted that mech into this game, so I can cheat and steal the bits off it and can't remember how it works. So that's going to be there. Oh yeah, and then that, the whole point was I want to get another point of articulation there, which we can possibly do with... Yeah, that was pretty much the idea of it. Like, I am a bit of a dork and do actually sit there looking at videos of how real animals move about and stuff. Try and figure some of this stuff out. Alright, could I potentially get a rotor in there? So if we came out from here, we need to be there to potentially get a rotor in there. I can lift that all the way up. We can stick another rotor in there. And we had it facing out, didn't we? That's the one, so... Oh, of course you're going to give me crap about that, aren't you? Go, replace all that in a second. Oh, that would be... Yeah, that would be too high. That would be clipping into the whole thing. So the rotor would actually preferably prefer to sit there. Have something attached to it from there instead. Ugh, and I've got to rebuild all this. That can go back on there, that can go back on there, that can get deleted there. Yeah, insects do make great inspiration for bug robots, or any robots in general. Built quite a few insect-inspired ones. I think it's because insects in themselves are inherently quite mechanical in the way they move. So they make for good robots. What do we need? Number 5. Let's take that off. Yep, that's the right way. Oh, so what did we do with this to make these stop clanging and being weird? Minus 20. And... oh, hang on. That's not what I was looking at. That was on 29, minus 29 centimeters. That was on minus 11. So if I put that on minus 29, is that going to do the same stupid clangy stuff that the other one was doing? Yes, it is. Now if I detach that and attach it at that angle, it's happy, it's fine. Cool, okay. So that could be something like that. Then we could do just something basic like that at the back, because we want all of this room, all this space to be able to move. That should be, hopefully, enough room for that rotor to swing around. Let's cheat and take the settings off there, because once I've got front pair, again, I can just copy and paste most of the settings. I'll have to flip some around, but most of it will work with a quick copy and paste. Hummingbird fighter jet. It's funny you should say that. I have tried experimenting with a flying mech that has flapping wings, and he has mixed results. The flapping of the hinges has a tendency to make the grid wiggle about and do all sorts of mad stuff. Because the bigger you make your wings, the faster you make them move, the more force they generate and the more they jiggle the grid around. But yeah, you can do it. I have done it with some hinges and a timer, just repeating the hinges being reversed at a very high speed. Yeah, interesting results. Right, so what else could we do to sort this leg out? We can build that up down to there. Stick them in there. That can go in there. I might just stick that in there for now, so that rotor head's got a bit of room to breathe, because they can get a bit moody when they're closed in too much, so we might just leave that like that for the moment. Hello Sam Cassidy. Yeah. Clang can be a bit funny. Right, did I blueprint that thing? Yeah, I did. There it is. Will it work? Can't remember what I need to do to get it to work again. Well, yeah, he's got wings that flap about. I don't know what buttons I gave him. Did I make any control buttons for him? No, I didn't. Nope. He was taken off of his own accord. There you go. Deciding to do his own thing. Not sure where he thinks he's going, but yeah, he flaps, he flies, he tracks things. He's doing something. But yeah, you can see it makes the whole grid jiggle about. But it does kind of work. It's something you can do. Alright, back to the task at hand. So, we've got that about like that. So that needs a double hinge facing straight down and pointing out. No worries, man. Hello, Sam Cassidy. What's that? You're new to discovering the channel. I'm very impressed. You are enjoying learning new designs and love how learn how to make mechs. Don't worry, mate. It can be quite an intimidating process to begin with. I was quite scared of it to begin with when I started. The best few bits of early advice I can give you before you get stuck into anything is when you're playing with mechs and trying to learn how to do that stuff, first of all, turn damage off so that if you do clang stuff out, it won't all explode. Or it won't explode too dramatically. And creative tools are a great way to start off. Do it in a survival game with creative tools on. That way you get realistic power and fuel and ammo consumption and stuff like that. But you get the benefit of just being able to throw blocks down and try out ideas. And the trickiest bit with it is just, to be honest, there's loads of tricky bits of making mechs, but it just takes time to figure out. And looking at how real things move, and thinking about how things move. And I'd probably say start off just like making like skimmers and things, like build something with legs to get an idea of how the like hinge like angles and torque forces and all that kind of stuff works. And then once you've got something that can stand up on its own 2 feet, you can then start thinking about how to make them walk and move and things. Then once you learn all that stuff, it kind of becomes second nature. But there's still plenty of stuff to learn. But yeah, I've got a few tutorial sort of streams in a playlist on my channel named Research and Development, and in those streams I go through a lot of the weird stuff that I do with mechs in a little bit more specific detail, like making like arms and turret guns and things, or making leg controls or that kind of stuff. And I do plan on doing some proper tutorials in the near future as well. Oh, cheers, man. Yeah, well, everyone can tackle it differently. A lot of people do it with like just scripts and things. Since we've got event blocks, I like doing everything with event controls. And trying to do it as manual as possible. Because if I do it all with second nature, but yeah, I try and do it all these days with event blocks and vanilla solutions so that everyone can play with these ideas. Because if you do it all with scripts, it kind of gets restricted to people that have access to scripts, and not everybody does, unfortunately. Actually, let's try and squash this down a bit, try and make it a bit slimmer. So we went across like that and had the rotor attached to the top. We could then, I don't need to go that far, we can box that in, box that in either side. Get a block in there, that's got a block in there. That can come out. And then we've got the beginning of a leg module that we can just paste into there somewhere. Right. Okay. Let's actually copy some details over. So we've got this leg rotor. I'm gonna nick that idea. So I might be able to squeeze two of these into that gap. I might have to make it a little bit wider. Incompatible properties, obviously. Using different rotors again. Right, manual way. What are the angles? -30 and 0. There we go. Oh yeah, no worries, man. I mean, like I said, I used to be a console player myself. A couple of years ago. It was only because I ended up playing things like Space Engineers and Elite Dangerous and loads of other games that are essentially PC games that were ported to the Xbox. Yeah, there came a point where I was almost exclusively playing PC ports that didn't work quite as well on the console, so I ended up getting a PC myself instead. But yeah, I understand the frustration of not having access to scripts properly on consoles. I know you can use some on servers and things, but yeah, it's a bit frustrating. But there's a lot of stuff you can do now, mech-wise anyway, that is usually script-based that you can do with event blocks now. You just gotta get a bit creative about it. Let's call that 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Because we're going to double rotor this. 1, 2, 3. Reverse. There we go. Cool. So that can work like that. So what was that? -30 and 0, so 0 and 30. What are we going to call this actually? We need to name them. Leg rotor, mid front left 0, 1. So all this started getting very confusing when you add double hinges and double rotors for 8 legs with 3 sections each. There's going to end up being an awful lot of rotors and hinges on this build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 50 million torque. The braking torque so it doesn't freak out if it loses power. 0, 30. That'll be 6 now. Yeah, let's reverse that. There we go. And that can be leg rotor, mid, front, left, 0, 1, A. And that is already set up appropriately. Cool. So I want to cover that a little bit somehow, make it look interesting. We can use, hopefully, we'll have to use them because we are upside down. Do that. Do that. And then we potentially have something on top of there. You can have this down here, and we should have enough clearance around this joint to move that leg properly. So where's that control seat gone? There it is. Mid, front, left. There we go. Those two. Reverse and reverse. Mid, front, left. Yeah, there's plenty of room in there for that leg to move. Right, I do need to lower it down a bit though. Need to figure out exactly where it's going to go, because it's 3 blocks wide like so. Let's make a copy. In case we smeg anything up. Knock that off. Boom. Now we should be able to just copy this section and paste it onto wherever we want. Now, how have I done it with these legs over here? They are inset so that they are the same level as that first rotor. The leg would have to probably come in a fair bit. Oh yeah, actually I'd want it to sort of be in line with that other leg. So let's try there, something there. Let's put something across there just for a bit of extra support. Let me take that out. Yeah, somewhere around there looks pretty sensible. And they're both at their, most extended parts. So that 1, 2, you know what, let's give it a 3 block gap. So it's got some room. Which would then mean I'd want a 3 block gap in there, which means I do need to extend this back 2 blocks. Yeah, that's not too bad. Where do I want to chop that off then? I need that to go back another 2 blocks. So 2, 3. Chop, chop, chop. 1, 2, 3. That can live there. Yeah. Boom, boom, bang. That, and then paste like that. Because that is actually going to only go as far as that, and it's going to move back in the other direction. So then we've got a gap in between the legs. Gap in between the legs. Where's that gone? There it is. That's 1, 2, 3. Let's get that out of the way. And that's 1, 2, 3. Nice. Then we've got that there, and we can slap that on the back. The wrong way. Idiot. Grab that wrong. Oh. Yeah. Yippee. There we go. Right. So that needs to... Oh. Yeah. That actually needs to come out. I'm going to grab it from here. Oh yeah, the hip and ankle and that, I am about to sort that out in a second. I just want to make sure that the basic idea is going to work. Why are you being a dick? Oh, you're being a dick. Here's the side of that. Let's actually reverse them back. We're still being a dick. One there. Do. Oop. There we go. Right, we'll get that in there now. So that'll go like that. That'll be back legs, that'll be front legs. That's plenty of clearance in between them. That's good spacing. So that can come off. That can get joined up. That can come out of there. Right, and that should be plenty of space to hopefully get some of these legs in. So let's carry on redesigning these legs. And that should be some slightly better spacing. Cool, so then it's basically... Oh, right, yeah. Because the way I've designed the legs, I should be able to actually just let's get that out. Now do I need to be that way around? I need to grab that from there. With that, take mirror mode off. It's probably going to cause me some problems in a minute. You'll just be able to paste that on there, like so. It's pretty much the same shape as that. And then we can drop in another hinge head. Attach that back up. Copy some more settings, so copy all. Let's see how well that translates to this design. Probably, almost certainly. I'm going to need to make a few adjustments. Yeah, it's sitting a little bit too high. So I can either tweak the legs a little bit. Oh yeah, it would be sitting a little bit higher because of the distance between there and there is smaller on these in terms of scale. I could... I can just lower the angles. Lower the angles a bit. Or I could drop this whole leg down a bit. Yeah. I could drop the whole leg down at one, technically. Let's just put in some more support there. Okay, so if I drop that, paste that back across. Let me fit that in. Yeah, so, where are we? We are on to three blocks across that way. That makes the feet considerably more level. I'm gonna have to do far less tweaking, but don't like how low that is now. You know what? I might just deal with it and just adjust the legs, because that's a little bit too low for my liking. I'm not happy with that. Yeah. Yeah, I can just adjust the legs so it's a bit... Well, actually... Could even just shorten this section of the leg, but I don't want to. Yeah, you know what, I'll just adjust these. I'll make that 30, I'll make that 30. And if I make that 'Oop, there you go. We'll call it -10 for now. Oop, wrong one. Call that -10 as well. Like that leg out of the way. Yellow. So that's about foot level. That's got a long way to go. That's even remotely level with there. Yeah, I don't want to move it any further down because it'll just be too chunky. Yeah. Move that down. It's going to end up having quite a wide stance at the sides. So I might just take a block out in the middle of there. Open the length of the leg by a block. See if it'll let me paste it on. It's going to make me move stuff in it. Come on, there's the right angle. There it is. Yeah, because that is immediately much closer. Yeah, I'll go with that. That's a bit better. Won't stick out as far, so let's make that 25 and 25. Let's drop that a bit further. That open up more a little bit. -15 maybe. Not quite. Nearly there. What I don't want is the foot to scrape along the surface of the floor before it's lifted up, because that can cause a lot of clang issues. So I might actually have this section move out a bit more. -20. -20. Oop, what did I do then? I did 20. Wrong thing. Thank you. let's have that come down a little bit more. 25 minus 25. Yeah, that'll be alright for now. Right, so what we need to do now, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that junk there, get rid of that junk there. We'll copy, paste another one of those. Stuck into the ground, but so what? And then I need to hack that leg off. But I need to straighten it up first, because it'll make it easier to do. There we go, just going to take that. Now that we're happy with that, we can paste that another 3 times, hopefully. That'd be nice to us. There we go, plenty of room. Then we'll stick one there. 2 more on this side. And we'll have to swap a few angles around, because the front left and the rear right are going to be basically the same, and it'll be the opposite way around with the others. So obviously we don't want this leg pointing that way anymore. So we're going to make this 0 and 30. And swap this one over to minus 30. 0. Got legs cut out. Legs cut out. Obviously that one's pointing in the right direction already. Like I said before, front left and rear right basically work the same. It's the same with rear left and front right. They're basically just be mirrors of each other. So, there we go here. 0, 30. Minus 30. Oh, there it goes. And 0. Yeah, that is going to be the sort of base of this big giant spider thing. It's already noticeably much larger than the other mech base. So I will be back to that in a few minutes. I just need to go and have a quick break, grab a fresh cup of tea, and quickly pop to the little mech engineer's room. So I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. I will be back soon. Right, I am back once again. So, now that we have a pretty decent idea, a fairly decent spread on these legs, we can now start figuring out a bit more of the shape, because again, the idea for this one that I had is I want to make it a bit more like a fortress. And the stupid image in my head is somewhere between like World War II, like either German or Russian kind of brutalist architecture, kind of pillbox fortress. Kind of mixed with the Tyrell Corporation building from Blade Runner. Something big and pyramidal. Maybe. And like that one, I'm going to try and make the top of it a bit wider than its legs, because I can get away with making it a bit wider because of the way the legs spread as it walks. And this one is much wider, so I should be able to get away with even more. So, I want to make it a bit wider. Actually, to start with, we do with sticking some mirror mode back on to make my life easier. Cool, so we can go clean across. Top of that, that is now 21 blocks wide. How wide are we there? You're still 19 blocks wide, that's fine. Do something like that, and then I can use, or I could even just come flat out, so we've got plenty of room across the top of there. We actually come out another block. We kind of match it up on all sides, sort of. Yeah, we can actually probably go quite a bit wider across the top. Let's go 3 blocks. We'll stick another one at the back. And another one at the front. Yeah, how long's that now? That's now 27 blocks long. And what are we looking at? 23 blocks across. Yeah, interesting. Right, hang on a sec. So I want this thing to kind of be like a big pyramid-y fortress type thing. So I think I might even go a bit wider. But I know I want the outer edge of it to be this kind of shape. Build up like so. Maybe I have like a little plateau section and then a towery thing in the middle, again like a control center. So you know what, might actually make it even wider. We've got more space to play with. Got loads of room, we can go way wider. Get loads more space in on that top deck. Oh yeah, I might have to rebuild some of the leg parts with heavy block armor though. Depends on how much mass is in them. But we'll find out when they start jiggling and going mad and doing weird stuff. Wondered. This one comes out 1, 2, 3 blocks from where it connects. 1, 2, 3, 4 actually. That connects there. 3. We're coming out 3 blocks. What are we on now? We are now 25 blocks wide. And 29 long. Yeah, we've got to stick with something like that for now. Don't want to go too mad. And then maybe after that, have a little edge like that all the way around. We've got plenty of space to do stuff down there. Right, so then potentially start it from there. We'll put in an extra layer. No, we'll put in an extra layer. Make this thing tall. That could be like that. Hang on, let's do some more symmetry. So, that and that. Yeah, okay. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with the corner yet. Figure that out in a minute. But if we just get some basic shapes in for now, we can change a lot of this later. I just need to work out where the control center is going to be. Once that's set in stone, we can greeble our hearts to our heart's desire then. I want to do a similar thing. I want to build a small grid supercomputer in the middle of the control room. So that would be like that. That would be like that. And that. So I want to get way more angles into this. I don't want it just to be a giant box. Well, this is going to be the outer most boxy it's going to get, in theory. So what's this gap we've got in here now? 11 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three. Oh yeah, it's wider than it is long. What about that? One, two, three, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's actually quite a lot of space in there. Yeah, and then we could potentially have another like, sort of pyramid section. Take that corner out, figure out what I'm doing it later. Do that. Do that. That. Yeah, I'll figure out. Yeah, I know what I'll do with those corners actually. So yeah, that could be like deck of the ship. I could probably use that space to get drones and things in there. As those new little solar drones I've made should easily fit into that gap. Possibly even extend all this out as well, that's fine. We can have a doorway into the building there, a doorway into the building there. And then... Oop. I'm going to do it like that. And we have... That'll be the cross section of the ceiling there. And what kind of space have we got left? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make it that wide then. Yeah. Okay. We could just try that. That can come out. That. Oh, no, we'll definitely need more space in the roof. So, let's take that out. That, and that, and that, and do it the same as we've done the others. Have a layer like that. 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 Too many of them. And that, then that could be the ceiling of the main control room. That could be the floor. Let's make that a different colour to make it a bit more obvious. Yeah, let's do that. Right, so that'd be that. And then I want the supercomputer living somewhere in the middle of this room. I think I actually want more ceiling space. So, can we make it a block higher, but not make it look crap on the inside? I'll do that. And that. What else have I got to play with? Ah! Nope, wrong one. There it is. Yep, I'll stick one of them in each corner. There you go, that looks a bit better. And then I can use that. Oh, no, I can't use that there. That's defeating the object. What I was trying to do out here. Want that to be taller. Oh yeah, and then end up with that really crap corner. What's that going to do? That can do that, that, and that to not look crap. And then we unfortunately have this awkward corner. No, might just do that. Right, that'll do. And then that can be the ceiling. And that can be the hole in the roof for our supercomputer. And then that is going to be the front. So most of that is probably going to turn into a window. I'm not sure what to do with the sides. I'll figure that out in a second. First of all, I just want to pop in the rotor that we're going to use for the supercomputer. Where is it? There it is. Let's take that off. Add a small rotor head. And it will all start from there eventually. When we start building everything, which we can do very, very soon. But that can be super computer rotor. That can get zeroed, all of them. That can all get zeroed. Nothing needs to be anything. Cool. Right. Right. Here comes the complicated bit soon. Right, so I want that there. Do I want to do the same thing? No, I want to do something slightly different. That'll be the next floor down. I reckon we've got enough room to get a proper staircase in here. Loads of room up here to have various control seats for things, potentially. Some placeholder stuff in there for the moment. Main control seat there. Yeah, got a pretty decent view. They can probably change. So that can be the back of there. So I'd like to try and put in some actual stairs, which I haven't put on this toolbar. Where are they? There they are. We could have something like that. In fact, this to a different page. There we go. We can have the scaffolding, and we can have the railings, catwalks, tunnels, ladders, and things like that. Oh, hello, Kiwi again. Oh god, yeah. I'll probably end up changing most of that floor. It's literally just placeholder stuff for now. Because I can make cool patterns and stuff out of the interior blocks. I also want to use some of them for the walls as well. And you'd be surprised actually when building mechs, having a certain amount of mass actually is quite helpful. If you're too light and your legs are too strong, it can do all sorts of weird stuff. So yeah, there's actually a good reason to have a fair bit of mass sometimes with big mechs. I can have that there. I can have that there. Essentially. Yeah, because otherwise I'd have to come out another block with a ladder. So that can do that. And then the ladder is not going to connect to the bottom of that because it's a pain in the arse. Which means I need a block to replace it. But yeah, no worries, Kiwi. Like, all of these blocks will change to something else at some point. All of this floor will become interior. Half the walls will as well, because you can get all the cool, like, pipes and stuff. So that can go there. Connection point. Let's flip one of them upside down. Where's the big one? And we'll get it to fill the whole thing. Flip one of them. I'll stick it the same way around, and now we've got a connection point. Here. Bloody stairs are always so awkward. I could just have that there, actually. Or what if we... Oop, I need to cut that off. What if we cut that back and have... We'll put that there for now. We have those stairs come down on the block. We can put those two out and replace them with something triangular to give us more room. Oh, damn it, I've not had mirror mode on. There we go. There we go. Right. So, start again. Ladders, where'd you go? There you are. Or stairs, rather. So, one of them. And then we need a connection point again. So, let's use one of these scaffolding pieces. Where are they? Where's the flat one? There it is. Drop one of them in. Connect a bit of stairs to that. Then we can have Where's the corner one? There it is. Now that there. That there. There you go, I think that's a better use of space. Stick another one of them under there. Yes, that's a much nicer use of space. It's not got that creeping into the doorway now. Cool, and then... now I will just take that colour to remind me that all this needs replacing with something else. Wrong thing. There we go. Right, that can be the basics of this bit here, and then I could possibly make those stairs go down further to the lower deck. Put some more holes there, that can do stuff down there, that can do stuff down there, and we'll leave that and wait for, deal with that later. Also means that can get filled in. I might actually change that to something else. That looks a bit crap like that. Where's that? Where is it? I'll do that. And that. No. It's not quite as impressive with a big right angle corner straight in your face. Oh crap, I had double mirror mode on. Right, time to take that off. So, that one, you go away, because I don't actually want any of this bit. I think. Yeah, because I'll want all that free space for consoles and things, so that can come out, that can come out, that can come out. Where's the squares? They can go back in there. Right. So that can do that. Cool, so I can have this room for something, possibly like crew stuff, bunks and things. And go up here into the control station. We'll have a big computer in the middle. And that will be our control seat. Right, let's put some pieces in place for this supercomputer then. Let's grab the pieces I need to build the supercomputer. Where are the electronic blocks? There they are. Right, electronics. AI blocks. Oh, in fact, that's the way I usually do it. Remote, AI. Where's it gone? Electronics. Buttons. Screens. Lights. Yeah, that'll do for now. Right, so very first thing that is going to live on there that is super important to the whole thing, and is going to be the centre of the entire walk mechanism, Why did I click on copy? That gets to be walk cycle. And that will be the very foundation of the entire walk mode. Next thing after that will be the walk mode rotor, and this is going to trigger the walk cycle. So that gets to be the walk cycle rotor. The only thing we really need to do to this is add a little bit of braking torque so that it can stop when we turn it on and off. It doesn't just free spin and keep the walk cycle ticking over by mistake. So yeah, now that we are positioned like that, we can get loads of blocks in, like so. So the very next thing that we're going to build for this control system is going to be the 2 event controllers that are going to trigger the walk timer. So these event controllers will be looking at this rotor, and when this rotor does a full rotation, it will trigger them, and those event controllers will activate that timer. That'll be controller walk cycle 01. I usually put 2 in, so I've got a bit more freedom and a bit more precise control over how fast the response time is. That can be 1 or 2. That can be that. Right, right. Complicated bit now. Well, a complicated bit. We have got 8 legs. Each leg has 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. Thigh, shin, foot, essentially. So, the way I do these really big ones, so I can have ultimate control of everything, is set up lots and lots of different event controllers. No power. Right, need to charge up. Right, so I need 3, 6, 9, 12, 24 event controllers. Fantastic. And that's just to make the legs work. Right, good, charged up. We've got some lights on. You know what? I should probably build some working lights in here for now, so we can see what the hell we're doing. Let's build something like that for the moment. Give it a 10-meter radius so we can kind of see what's going on. There we go. Alright, that's a bit better. Right, so we need 8 lots of 3 controllers. So, what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They will be the controls for the different sections of our legs. So that'll be controller FL01. And then we'll have 2 and a 3 for each other section of the leg. Then we need to build a whole bunch of lights to control them, to trigger them on and off. So that'll be middle, front left, just to help us distinguish between the different sets of legs we've got. We've got 8 of them. It will get a bit confusing. I'm guaranteed to make a couple of mistakes somewhere. That gets to be middle, rear, left. Copy that again. That's 2, 3. Yeah, we're all good so far. And then we finally just got regular old rear, left. And then once we've built these controllers, we will have full control of each section of each leg. And then we can do all sorts of things with them if we want. So that one gets to be front right. And then now we do all of the right hand side. That's number 2. That's number 3. At the mid, front right. Number 2. And number 3. The middle rear right now. And I know this is boring to watch, but this is the complicated nature of building vanilla mechs. Right, rear leg. Button, copy all. Would you copy all, please? Thank you. There you go. Number 2. And number 3. Right, groovy. So now that we've got all of that, we need to go over these legs and rename some of these hinges, because that's all the front left leg, and we've just pasted the front left leg. We did the front 2 legs, didn't we? So we need to rename a bunch of stuff real quick. So that'll be rear right. Or rear left, rather. Oh yeah, I also need to rename them too, don't I? What did we do? We had A and B. No, that's fine, that's fine. No, just that middle one that was wrong. It's fine then. They're all the same anyway, so it doesn't really matter. They're all going to be moving in unison. A, that can B. Oh, that also needs to be rear left. Middle rear. Front left, middle, front left. It's all very annoying and complicated, but once you've done it all, it's much easier. So middle, rear, left, A and B, middle, rear, left, A and B. Middle, rear, left, A and B. That's fine. A and B down. Rear left. There we go. Right, that's the left-hand side. So this is rear right. Next thing we need to do after this is build some lights on each section of these legs to control all of these hinges. Make them do the things we want them to do. Okay, not many left to go. Middle, rear, right. And then, soon enough, we'll have this thing walking around. Middle, rear, right. Middle, rear, right. That's all of them. That's middle, front. It's basically going to work exactly the same as that one does. And that one works pretty well now. Middle. That's just front right, isn't it? Yes, it is. Ah, I'm stuck. Yeah, front right. Front right. Front right. Ah, right, we're on to our last leg nearly. Then we can do a more interesting bit. Middle, front right. Hopefully we've named everything correctly. Middle, front right. And it's just these ones. Front right. A and B. Oh, there we go. There's the next one. Right, last two hinges. Then we can work out where we're going to put these lights. So the way I do these is I use lights to turn on and off, and then that controls the leg moving in different sections. So let's grab some basic lights. We'll just use those ones for now, I reckon. Yeah, we'll just use them. So we'll have one. Oh no, I can't put one there because that's only a half block. I can't put one. There you are. So that one will control those rotors. That one can control those hinges. that one will control these hinges. For that leg of light, front left 0, 1. And we'll just make it the colours that I usually make it, because they stand out quite nicely. That. So that can do that. That can do that. That's front left. Number 1. That's number 2. And then that is number 3. And that should be all we need to set up the first leg. And once I've got that working properly, I can crack on with all the others. So, where are we? There we are. So, leg controllers. Left. This is where all the complicated stuff comes in. So, front controller FL01 is going to control the top half of the very front leg. The block switched on and off. Oop, not the word fortress. I didn't realise that was on the clipboard. That's still leg lights. So, that light turning on and off will make it's a rotor, isn't it? FL01. It'll just make these two reverse back and forward. That's all it needs to do. So we just do reverse and reverse. The next page, and we just do reverse and reverse. And if we stick our leg lights on the toolbar, I can now flip that first one. There you go, that's lifting a bit high, but when we've got it sorted out, that rotor and the hinge below it will move in tandem. But that now is literally just that light turning on and off. But I want it to be set up so that when it is on, the leg is fully extended. So now is probably the time to extend all of these rotors, even though it's going to make a horrible noise. Because we need to do the leg hinges too. So we'll do... oh. There's still another pair there called front left. Oh no, it's me being stupid. So that'll be all of them, and all of the rear ones for now. There you go, that'll be... yeah, we might need to change that. Adapt that design a little bit, but that's roughly how the legs are going to work for now. Right, so that's all the legs on. Those leg rotors could do with being slightly stronger, so we will 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give it 100 million torque. There we go. Now when that first section moves, it's a lot more stable. So we can now do number 2. And I just want to check on my other base. how I did the leg controllers. So yeah, that is literally just going to be those two reversing again. That's fine. And then leg number 3 is the same, isn't it? And that is just reverse actions as well. Sound. That's simple enough. So we've got leg 0, FL02, that'll be the same again. Block switched on and off, leg light FL02. Select actions, FL02 hinges, not those two. So reverse, reverse, and on the next page we do the opposite way around. So they've both got a reverse command when you turn them on or off. And then number 2 should do that section of the leg. And because it's a bit weightier, FL02 hinges, let's make them a bit stronger. That's a bit better. You want a little bit of spring in the mech's legs, otherwise they have a tendency to bounce all over the place. It acts as a little bit of suspension. So, block switched on and off. Leg light FL03. Now, FL03 hinges, same thing again. Reverse, reverse, opposite way round, reverse, and reverse, and now the tip of our foot does that. So we can move those two together, and essentially the leg is going to work like this. That'll lift up, those will lift forward, that will lift down, the whole thing will pull back. And we can set up some more event controllers to do all of that for us. But first, we need to do it with all the other legs. Which is fun. Right, so, next step, now that we know that is all working correctly, is to build more lights to control more stuff. So, we'll ignore the 2 middle legs for now, because they're going to work slightly differently. So we'll slap one of them there. Why did I do it? Wrong leg. Where is it? Sideways and sideways on the other 2. That had to be different. So another one there, and another one there. Be rear left number 1. That will be rear left number 2. And that, wherever I gone, wherever I gone, there I gone, there I am. That can be rear left number 3. Right, let's do some more of that. So, one there, one there. Ugh, not there. Right, I need to be careful taking that off, I don't want to delete the hinge. There we go. So that one will be rear right. Copy that. Number 2. Number... Oop, where is it? There it is. Number 3. And then the last set of the inline legs. Because it's going to have two different sets of functioning legs, inline and sweeping. So they both work in slightly different ways. And the combination of the two seems to help quite well in building big spider mechs. So that one gets to be front right. Number 1. That can be front right number 2. And this one, where is it? It gets to be front right number 3. So now we've got all the bits in place to do the rest of these, well, do the next 4 legs. So we'll do the rear leg next. Actually, we'll just go through the list in order. It's front right for now. So, front right. And again, these are all dead easy. It is just block switched on and off, find the appropriate light. Front right 0, 1. Find the appropriate hinges or rotors, reverse them, reverse them. Reverse and reverse. Then with the next one, lock switched on and off, front right 0, 2, FR 0, 2, reverse, just make sure we've not got the middle ones by mistake. If they've not been named A or B, I need to check on that. But we're not up to those legs yet, so it's not a problem. So we can do that, and then once again, block switched on and off. Yep. FR 03. So leg light FR 03. Leg hinges front right 03. Reverse, 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 and reverse. And providing I've done all of that properly, that, and that should make that, and that move. So it lifts up, pushes forward, drops down, pulls back. Is going to be the idea. So what we've got next. Leg controller. I'll ignore the middle ones for now. Rear left 0, 1. Block switched on and off. RL 0, 1. Leg light. RL 0, 1. Rotors. Reverse. Oop, hang on. Yep, oh, that's always a good idea to double check what you do. Reverse, and opposite way around for that. And block switched on and off. RL02. RL02. Oh, once again, wrong thing. You need to remember that they're at the end of this list because they're the rear legs. And RL03. Check to make sure this one works. RL03, leg light 03. RL03. Reverse, reverse, and then the opposite way around again. RL0. 1, 2, 3. We got the tip of the foot, the knee section, and the hip. now default that in, like the rest of them. Cool. And then the last one of these legs. So, leg control, rear right. Lock switched on and off, RR01. Copy and paste that. So, that light. Those rotors. Those rotors. Lock switched on and off, RR02. And block. Did add block to the other one, didn't I? Yes. So RR02. Reverse. Nope, not that one. Reverse. Reverse. And then the opposite way around. So you've got the same commands in both directions. And then lock switched on and off one last time. RR03. Leg light. RR03. Reverse. Reverse. And then do that again. So now RL0. RR0. 1, 2, and 3. So we should now have 5, 6, 7. Right, there we go. Yeah, the legs do stick out a bit further than I'd like, but there's not a lot I can do about that. Other than make them shorter. I don't really want to. Right. So MFL. We need to make sure that that's going to be extended that way. That's going to be extended that way. I need to change those rotor speeds. And that's going to be extended that way, and they should all be on when we build the leg lights for these ones. So we can put. Oh, for God's sake, of course it won't. We can possibly get a light in there with all that space. Now we're going to have one there for them, one there for them, and one there for them. And we can do that on all of these. And then we can sort out the names and the colours. Right, there's all them built. I do, however, need to reverse that one back again. They need to be much quicker than 3, I think. Or do they? Nope, we're going at 3 apparently. Oh yeah, they need to be a bit slower because of their travel distance, that's why. Right. There we do. Pretty much the same thing again with these lights. So we'll have mid, front, left, 0, 1, copy all. And then once we've got all of these lights and controllers set up, building the walk cycle is very, very easy, because all you have to do is turn certain lights on and off in varying combinations and get really, really easy results. So mid, rear, left, copy all of that. be number 2. Oh no, that one's to be number 3. That's number 2. What one is number 3? Did I name these correctly? Yes, I did. That's fine. That's them. Then we've got... Did name them right, didn't I? Yeah, mid-rear left. That's fine. So, mid-rear right. Slightly too far away. That's number 2. And that's number 3. Right, and then we've just got this last one here. Middle front right. So many legs, so many bits and pieces to control. Number 2. Oh, keep doing that. You're number 3. And you're number 2. That's A and B. A and B, that's fine. Right, okay. Now to set up the basic leg controls for the next set of legs. So, we'll do all these middle ones. So, leg. Use all the rotors are in the right position right now. That rear left. Let's have a look at that. Where is it? Middle rear left. MRL. Those ones. Yep, that's the position I want them to be in. Mid rear right. Those 4. Yep. Then mid front right. Yeah, so that'll be their outermost positions. Oh, bear with me a second. There we go. Right, so leg controls. Mid front left. On off. Mid front left 0 1. Leg light. Rotors. Reverse. Reverse. We'll just do loads of this again. Mid front left 0 2. Fix that again. More reverse commands. And then number 3. Lock switched on off. Mid front left 0 3. Will be that one. And those 2. Do them opposite ways around. Mid front left. There we go. On, off. So that now does that does that, and that does that. So they can stay tucked away like that. Next we've got the middle front right, which is the same thing again. Reverse, reverse, more and more opposite reverse commands. Once all these parts are in place, like I said, building the actual walk cycle just becomes a case of flicking lights on and off in order. And you can get pretty good results. Last thing I want. Yeah. And then this one. There. Mid, front right, 0, 3. And again, this is why I name everything in little groups with like the same tags on them, because it just makes it so much easier to find all of your bits and pieces. Right, so that's mid, front, right. Mid, front, right. On, off, and on, off. So that does that, that does that, that does that. So we'll tuck that leg away as well. Next on the list, mid rear left. MRL01. Reverse and reverse, and again reverse and reverse. Lock switched on and off. 0, 2. 0, 2, reverse. Oop. Reverse, got a bit excited then. And then 0, 3. Let's flip to the next page. Mid rear left 0. I'll find all these for us. So that moves, and that moves. We can tuck that one away and pull onto the last leg, and then we can build the actual walk cycle, which will need another layer of event controllers and a couple of timers. So, leg, last leg, rear, mid rear right. There we go. Lock on and off, mid rear right, 0, 1. Leg light, mid rear right, 0, 1. Hinges, rotors instead, rather. And once again, lock switched on and off, and mid right 0, 2. Take a lot less time if I put less legs on it, but I wanted to build a big spider, so it is what it is. Right, so that's number 2, and then cool, last one. Mid right 0, 3. Mid rear right 0, 3, and that should be the leg lights set up. Hang on, what am I doing? Mid rear right. There we go. On off, and on off. So that's 5, that's 6, that's 7. Cool. Right. So the next bit we need, much like the supercomputer on the little base. This one, buried in there, has got a bunch of event controllers. Walk mode is online. That allows everything to work like so. You can see how those legs are moving there. That projects us forwards. And there's another set that will let us walk backwards occasionally, but we are a bit rear heavy now, and the feet have a tendency to snag occasionally. Probably going to need to angle the feet up a little bit. Yeah, I suppose I need to angle the feet up a little bit, because the friction likes to play havoc occasionally. But if I reduce the friction a bit, there you go. Reverse mode kind of works, but this one's got a lot of stuff dangling off the back. But that is achieved with a layer of walk controllers. So we've got a forward for each leg that literally just flicks lights on and off in various combinations. And then we've got some return ones that do the same thing, but the opposite way around. Reverse ones, rather. And then we've got return controllers that drop the leg back down again. But all I need to do is copy one of each to make this easy. So front left 0, 1, we'll start with that. And that just turns on and off the lights for the other hinges in the leg. And it's quite easy. And then the return for that is just set to look at the angle of the end hinge. Yeah, set to look at the end, set to look at that, which is less than 55 at the moment. I don't think I've changed much of that with those legs, so that'd be easy enough. Oh, actually need to build the event controllers. So again, we need 3 for each leg. So we'll have a walk forward timer, a return timer, and a reverse timer. So we can walk forward and backward, and the return timer can be used by both systems simultaneously. So we need 3 for each leg. And that can be controller, walk forward, front left, 0, 1. Copy all. That can be reverse, FL01. And that one gets to be return, is what I just go for now. FL03, that's the hinge it'll be looking at, and that'll remind us to select the right hinge. Oh, wrong button. And then we just need to copy and paste those names onto all of the others, and then just adjust them for the position. That'll be middle, front, left. Middle, rear, left. And that'll just be rear left. And because of the way I've set the legs up, all I need to do, essentially, is figure out the front controls, which I already know how to do, and then to do the back controls, you just do the same thing, but swap things around. And it's the same left to right as well. A lot of the controls will just be the same, but mirrored. So that one gets to be forward, front right. That can be forward, middle, front right. That can be middle, rear right. And that one gets to just be rear right. And like I said, because I've built it with so many legs, there's a lot of controls to set up. So, middle, front, left. But once they're all done, it's definitely worth the effort. Middle, rear, left. Oh, wrong button. Rear, left. Ugh. Yep, definitely time to get a new mouse, I think. My middle mouse wheel is starting to get a little bit flappy. A little bit loose. So mid rear right. That can be mid front right. And that one could be regular old front right. Yeah, cool. And then last layer of controls. And then we will be on to the next stage of building this walk cycle. It's mid, rear, left. Yeah, that's the one. And then that one's just rear left. And for now, I'll just set up the front controls, because they are a bit easier to do. Middle, front right. Middle, rear right, and then we're nearly there. Middle, rear right. And finally, oop, not that one. That'll just be rear right. Cool, everything should be named correctly. If you bear with me for 2 minutes, I'm just going to take a little nip to the toilet. I'll be back in a second, and we will make this thing walk. We are back again. So, let's make this thing walk. Let's start building this walk cycle. So, now that we've got these walk controls, all of this stuff to think about. So, walk forward on and off will also be block switched on and off, and it'll be basically the same as the leg control, but with a few added controls into it. So, when that turns on and off, it is going to turn these two lights on and off as well. Now, we go to the first one. There you go. See, moves the entire leg. One motion. But we need the tip of that leg to come back down when it gets to that position. And that is what the return event controller is for. That will look at angle changed. It will look at those hinges. FL03, A and B. And yeah, so that lifts up to -60, so when we get lower than -55, it will, what should, okay, you're not wanting me to behave. Oh, I do this every time. I forgot to set its actions. So when it does that, what it's going to do is just turn those, it's just going to turn that light off again. And that's all it should have to do. So it does that, gets to the end. And there you go, and then you can tweak some of the settings in the rotor to be a bit more in time with each other. That is the essence of how to make the first step. And we can do the same thing with all of the others. So we've got front right, that's block switched on and off again, front right 0, 1. And then we have front right 0 hinges, lights rather, we turn them on and off, and on and off. And we can set up the return for it, which will be the same as all the others, the same as that one we've just set up, because the hinges are all orientated the same way. So front right 0, 3, A and B, add them. Front right 0, 3, light, turn that off. So when we move the front right leg, it does that. So then when we've got them offset from each other, and we flick the main lights on their arms on and off, they'll do a little walk pattern like that. Although I do think for the size and weight of this thing, because it's already considerably heavier than the other base, I might have to slow those rotors down a bit, but that just takes a little bit of tweaking. And I'm pretty sure that was all I needed to copy from there. Wrong button again. Always do that. Walk. Right. So yeah, it's literally just turning those on and off. That's all good. So then we've got the middle ones. Again, they're just the exact same thing. Turning lights on and off And then we've got a return control. It is greater than 45, and that just turns that hinge back off again, or that light. Yeah, and that just turns those two back down. That's fine. Right, so where are we? Walk, mid, front, left. Lock on off. Mid, front, left. Mid, front, left. And turn these on and off. And where's our return button? There it is. So it was greater than 45, wasn't it? Angle changed. Let's just double check with the other ship. Where was it? There it is. FL02. Oh, yeah, I need to change it to 02 instead. Yeah, greater than 45. That's fine. No, that is actually 02 hinge. And that'll be 02 hinge. Same for that one, and it'll be the same for that one. So angle changed. Mid front left 02. Those ones greater than 45. Mid front left 2 and 3. Like, where are we? We're on that side, aren't we? So that should pull back. That should lift up. Oop. That's not quite worked. Why has that not quite worked? Oh. I didn't actually set the threshold. That's why. Pull that back again. Forward we go. And there it goes. And we just need to tweak a few settings on that to get it in time with the rest of the walk cycle. When it moves forwards, it lifts up, and it drops down. Cool. Right, so next is mid front right. Once again, that's the same thing. Mid front right 01. That's same leg light. Mid front right 0. Turn that and that on and off. Turn that on and off. And then the return gets to be angle changed greater than 45. We're actually going to put the thing in this time. Mid front right 02. Add that into there. Did I do the right one on that? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I think I just need to make that hinge faster. So mid right 02. When that reaches mid right 0. Front right 0. That will turn that light and that light back off. So if we flick that light back forwards, off. There we go. A bit of tweaking. That will be a nice smooth pattern. Right. Rear legs. Rear legs are slightly different. They are the other way around. Those are on the back. So mid, rear, left. That one will once again be block on and off. Mid, rear, left, 0, 1, light. Now with these things, I'm pretty sure they're the other way around. Where is it? Forward, mid, rear, left. That one. So yeah, we want these off and on. And off and on. Because we want the leg to move the other way around. So, mid, rear, left. MRL 0. So we want these to do off and on. And off and on. But the return will work in the exact same way. So, angle changed. Greater than 45. Mid, rear, left, 0, 2. Hinges. Add blocks. Mid, rear, left, 0, 2, off, 3, off. So, if I go to my mid, rear, left button, it should lift forwards, and then push backwards, like a foot should do, if we want to walk forwards. Cool. And we should only have one more leg left to settle. Oh no. What the crap, we've got 3 legs left to set up. So this one, again, lock on and off. What are we on? Mid, rear, right, 0, 1. Mid, rear, right, 0. Off, on, off, and on. Let's do that. And then we can do the return for it, which is there. Which is angle changed. Yeah. 45 greater than mid, rear, right, 0, 2. All of them. Mid, rear, right. When that gets to its destination, it should do that. So we've got, where is it? Mid, rear, right is number 5. So it lifts forwards, drop down, pushes back. That will push us forwards. Cool. Right, last 2 legs. And then we can set the whole pattern. So, rear, left, and just double check. One. Walk. Where is it? Rear, left. And that again is. Oh, that's on, off. On, off, off, on. Okay, right. On, off, on. Okay. If you say so. So walk rear left, once again, block on and off, rear left 0, 1, light. Select actions, rear left 0. So, what was it? It was saying on, off, off, on. On, off, off, and on. Return for that will be the same as the return for the front left and right, so it'll be less than minus 55. Angle change, less than minus 55. And what hinge were we looking at? We were looking at the 0-3 hinges. Yeah. So RL03, there we go. Those two, and when that gets to where it's going, it just drops that one hinge. So rear left 0-3 and turn off. So in theory, that will push back, it will lift up and drop in, push back, lift up, drop in. We do need to adjust some of the settings. Make those hinges a little bit stronger. That's the basics of that one. So, right, last one, further forward. Lock on and off. Rear right 0, 1. Leg light, rear right 0, 1. Rear right 0, 1. 0. We need that on and off, and that one off and on, apparently. And then that will be minus, less than, minus 55. Yep. And changed. Less than, minus 55. RR03 hinges. RR03 light can turn off. So, if I flick that, it pushes, lifts, pushes, lifts. Cool, right. That is all the bits and pieces. Well, that's all the bits and pieces to make the legs move. We need some bits and pieces to make things stop and start. And go into a walking position. So we can have a walk start, or hang on. Was it? Do I need a separate walk forward start? I think I do. Walk start. Yeah, I need a forward and a reverse and a stop. So I'll do forward, reverse, and we'll put a stop control in there. That'll be forward. Copy all. That can be reverse, which we will build later. And then we need a walk stop control. Right, so on the other mech, walk forward start, or walk start forward, however you want to do it. First things first, it turns on all of our walk controllers, our walk forward controllers, which there are quite a lot now, and it also turns on all the return controls. And the next thing is it positions all the legs, and then it turns on the walk cycle. So all the forward controls, all the return controls, walk positions. Dance start block needed. You could probably make it dance if you fannied about making a timer sequence with it. So, walk start. Let's turn on all of our walk controls first. Walk start forward. Turn all that down. So, forward controls. So we'll just turn all of these on to begin with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all of them. And then the return controls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're all the forward, all the reverse, all the return. And then after that, we need to put the lights on in that order. So on, off for the end lights, and off, on for the middle lights. Leg lights. 0, 1, that's all the ones we need. All the others will get controlled by other things. So on, off, and then off, on, off, and on. That should put everything in the right position. And then the last thing we need to do is turn on the walk cycle trigger and turn on that rotor, but we haven't actually built them yet. And actually, I could turn the whole thing on. There we go, so that's all the walk controls. And then, when we want to stop it all, the first thing we want to do, I think, where was it? Walk, stop. First things first, oh yeah, we want to turn off the walk cycle controls, then do the controllers, and then we can reset all the lights. Into a default position. And that should fill most of that timer block. So, walk, stop. Turn off all of the cycle stuff. Off, and off. And turn off all of the walk forward controls. Then we turn off all of the reverse controls. This way, when we hit the walk stop button, it will turn off everything to do with the walk controls. And then the return system, they can all turn off as well. Walk, stop. What else was there in there? So that, reverse, return. Oh yeah, and then we turn all the lights off. Except for the first ones and the middle ones, because we want them sticking out. And then we turn off all the other lights as a failsafe. Oh, and that's stuff that I haven't built yet, so let's not worry about that. Right. Cool, so back to this grid. Walk. Stop. Walk top, whichever you like. Leg light. So we can just turn off everything, because turning off everything returns it all to these positions. 1, 2, 3. Leave a little gap so it's a bit easier to see what everything is. That's 4, 5, and 6. That's 7, 8, 9. Can compact these in more to save space, but you don't really need to right now. It's that one, and that one. Mid, front right, mid. Front left, mid, front right. Yeah, so mid, rear left, that's the one. Off, 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 and off. So what have we got so far? Front left and right, mid left and right, mid left and right, and the last set. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and 3. And that's all we need for that now. So now we have got all of those lights set up. We've got a walk start button, a walk reverse button we've not built yet. I'm not going to do it in this stream, because I'm not going to do this stream for much longer, because it's very late now where I am. But I want to get this thing walking first. So we've got them to stop and start. So if we hit the start button, should position everything like so. And if we hit the stop button, oh yeah, that's something I forgot about. The stop button, I need to change 4 of the lights. These ones, on, yeah, on, and on. So that way the middle legs sit like that when it stops walking. So now we build the walk cycle properly, so we can start, and that's going to be our starting position. And the walk cycle timer can just be set to whatever, because we're not going to trigger it like that. We are just going to flick all of these lights on and off now. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now, when I click this button, makes all the legs move. Although I do definitely need to make those middle leg hinges a bit quicker. So all of them, what are they all on? They're all on 3. They're all on 3. Oh no, it's just those two, isn't it? So that's on 24. Yeah, it's just the number 2 hinges. Number 2, number 2, number 2, number 2. Let's make them a little bit quicker. Alright, so we've got this walk cycle timer now. Let's make those legs even quicker. Mid 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, and mid 0, 2. What have I selected there that it was giving me crap for? There we go. -6, is that a bit better? That's a little bit better. There you go, that will be the basic walk cycle. And then, to automate all of that, we have these two controllers here, and they will look at this rotor here. So these will be set to angle changed, and it'll be greater than 10% for now. We'll be looking at the walk cycle rotor. We'll add that into there, and when the rotor does a full rotation, it will trigger this timer. And this one will do the same thing, angle changed. It'll be 190, so they're 180 degrees apart and don't have issues with being less than 0, which event controllers sometimes have. They sometimes have issues between 0 and 10, so that can do that. That can do that. That can be triggered like that. And then when this rotor spins, it will trigger that walk cycle. So every time it goes round, it will do that. And we can speed that up a bit. Find a somewhat reasonable speed to have it. I'm 29 for now. There we go. So now we've got the warp cycle, finally, after nearly 4 hours of screwing around. And then, if we hit stop, it all resets and goes back to normal. We hit start again, it all kicks into action. So, we can get that to stop. For now, I need to plonk some gyroscope somewhere. Ah, nice one. Cheers one, Brad. So, for now, we need some gyros just to keep things stable. So, I'll just chuck a couple of them on there for now. Large grid gyros are actually larger than you think, stronger than you think. They absolutely won't live there, but that's just temporary. So, quick check, see how strong the legs on this thing are. Whether the torque settings need tweaking. Oh yeah, I also need to stick a battery back on that thing now, because it now no longer has any power. So we'll just bung that there for now. There you go. It's got power, the legs didn't collapse. We can jump in the control seat. We've got a little bit of gyro control with 2 of them, so let's stick on maybe two more. There you go, that's a little bit for now. Don't need a massive amount right now, and then we can hit the start button and see how well it works. Before we've actually really tinkered with anything properly, but it's a bit bouncy, but it is moving. Bounciness, probably a lot of that. What's to do with these, and also the lack of gyro control. Let's put that back. Oh, yeah. Also, that's a thing. So let's stop there. All of the suspension on the sides need their friction decreasing. And I forgot to rename the goddamn feet. Mid from left. Mid from left. Mid from left. Because these, because they're sweeping legs, these will catch quite a lot on the voxels because of the way they move across the ground. You need to take some of the friction out of these. Yeah. That one, that one, that one. Ah, shit. Nope. Right. Let's go. There we go. Hang on a second. Bear with me. My data. That's what it's saying. Oh well. We're going to pack the stream in soon anyway, so hopefully it will last long enough. Mid rear right 01. And there we go. Right, so mid front right. Mid front right. And do mid front right. Well, let's tweak them a little bit. You know what? I might stick some of these on override because I will have some gyro override controls in a bit. So suspensions, everything in the middle can go down to 5%. So the internet wants to come back. So the internet wants to come back. Oh, successfully reconnected. Right. Right, I think that was the last of the data on my phone. That's good. Yeah, so we need to do a fair bit of tweaking with a lot of this stuff. So, because it's considerably heavier, let's give it a bit more power. So, 100. And the same for the rear ones. Ooh, he likes to bounce. Yeah, I definitely need to slow down the leg cycle because of his size. Take all the friction out so he'll stop skipping around and jumping. Put him on 25 for now. Ooh, he's liking the bounce there. So, I might need 4 turn gyros. There you go. With a bit of gyro override, he's settled down quite a bit. So that tells me I need to build 4 gyroscopes into my gyro turning system. Well, that's a good start. You can bounce like a lunatic. Yeah, definitely need to slow the walk cycle down though. It's trying to make a lot of mass move at 14 meters a second. I think that's a little bit quick for him. Yeah, we'll have to slow everything down. We will do that next time, because that's been about 4 hours. It's 2:30 in the morning where I am now. So I'm going to go to bed. But that, as far as I'm concerned, is a good start for a walking fortress. Just need to make him settle down a bit. And also, once he's got a lot more weight on him, he won't bounce around as much. Oops, I didn't mean to build that many gyroscopes. But yeah, that's some pretty good progress for now. And I will come back to this idea, probably tomorrow, and do a bit more work on it, and then we can get it moving about as nicely as this one does. Just takes a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of balancing to find the right speed for all of that mass.